Welcome back, original video. Today we are back for another NFL news video. This time with Deandre Hopkins officially signing to the Tennessee Titans. Now, obviously, the news came out a few hours ago. I wanted to get a video out earlier, but I couldn't. Now I can though. So first off, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for all kinds of NFL news updates. Also, I do Madden videos, but it's always football content on the channel, one way or another. Whether it's a video game or real life like this. And DeAndre Hopkins going to Tennessee is pretty big. So obviously I have his stats on the screen right now from this past year, and he had that suspension for I think the first 6 weeks, I believe it was. Still put up solid numbers. Now Hopkins is not young by any means, but man, Tennessee really needed a big receiver on their offense because you get rid of A.J. Brown. Not a good move, but you bring in Treylon Burks, who looks pretty good, but now you add a proven veteran receiver like DeAndre Hopkins, who is very good. Wide receiver number one on this team instantly. Huge impact. I mean, I don't know. I love the signing. I'm very surprised by the signing. I thought for sure he'd go with like a real contender like the Chiefs, but he didn't. And that's very surprising to me because I think earlier he had said that, like, he wants like great, coaching and all that, which the Titans do have. But then he also said, like a quarterback who brings everybody else up with him. I wouldn't really say Tannehill is that guy, but you know what? Dr. Hopkins thinks so, and he got the check. So, I mean, he got what he wanted. But I think now it's just, decision aside, what it means being in Tennessee. Also, my voice keeps giving out, which is pretty obvious, but moving on. So, like I said, you have Treylon Burks, who can now learn under DeAndre Hopkins, which is, just huge, because before he was really, in my opinion, the best receiver on that team as, like, rookie. And now you have Hopkins there, who, obviously Burks can now learn under. But now Hopkins, being the true wide receiver number one, you have him, you have Henry out of the backfield. I mean, this is a much more balanced offense. It doesn't have to be give Derrick Henry the ball, 30 times a game, which is very good because, he's getting older, which despite Derrick Henry kind of beating Father Time up until right now, he'll catch up to at some point. And now Hopkins, who, again, probably doesn't have 5 more years in the league, he is a very good receiver. He almost got 1,000 yards on a not-so-good Cardinals offense last year after Kyler goes down and he misses 6 games. I mean, he can still put up pretty solid numbers. Of course, you have below Tannehill, you now have Malik Willis. You drafted Will Levis. So now if either of those guys were to have to get in the game, they have a true wide receiver that they can trust, who is very reliable for them. It's absolutely huge, in my opinion. I think the Titans really getting him puts them in the race for that division. In my opinion, the Jaguars are the best team in the division. Out of the Colts, Texans, Titans, and Jaguars, I think the Jaguars are the best. I think they still are the best. I think they still have the best odds. But Mike Vrabel manages every single year, despite who's on that Titans roster, to make them fight for that division. It's kind of like the Steelers. No matter how shaky they look, they always end up being over 500. Tomlin does an amazing job year after year. Vrabel does the same thing. And now you have someone who, you can really get the ball to and can make plays. I mean, they're going to be tough. They're going to be tough in that division. Definitely between the Jaguars and the Titans, in my opinion. And it came down to them last year in that final game of the season to see who's actually going to go to the playoffs. And of course, the Jaguars did win that. But man, I mean, now this changes a lot. It changes a lot. I'm not going to lie. The Titans secondary is still looking rough other than Kevin Byard. But that offense now, much more balanced, much more just kind of dynamic with Hopkins. Like I said, you have Tannehill, who isn't the best quarterback, probably approaching the end of his career, but you have these rookies who can now come in. They'll have Hopkins, Burks learning under Hopkins. Things I've already mentioned that I just think are really exciting. For my fantasy football guys out there, Hopkins, now the Titans, I'm not really sure what that means for, my big-time fantasy football players out there. In my opinion, that's a pretty solid target share that he's going to be getting the ball. I mean, he is their wide receiver number one. That's going to be a lot of targets. That's going to be red zone targets. I don't know. I think it makes him very fantasy relevant as well for fantasy football purposes. But like I said, just speaking NFL, like if you go to his games here, and again, take this with a grain of salt because he did miss those first 6 games, but he comes in, instantly gets over 100 yards, then goes for 159 in the close loss against Minnesota. He only goes for 36, then almost again to 100, almost again to 100, almost again to 100. I mean, he had a very, very good year considering how much time he missed, considering the Cardinals had a bad year, considering Kyler even goes down at one point. I mean, look, Hopkins is old, but he's not done yet. This is still a very, very, very good receiver. They paid him $26 million for 2 years. I think up to $32 million in incentives. That's not even that bad. That's pretty good value for DeAndre Hopkins, who can really make you a playoff team now. Also for my tier list videos that I did, as far as ranking the best offenses and defenses going into the season, and teams going into the season, and quarterbacks, I think that was all for July. And so I was hoping things like this would happen to where when we do it in August, like right before the season starts, I can move some things around. And look, I don't know about maybe the whole team. Actually, no, this will affect the whole Titans team ranking as well. But that Titans offensive ranking, getting DeAndre Hopkins, that's going to move them up. This is really exciting. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was going to be, Hopkins to the Chiefs or something, but this is really cool. Patriots fans probably aren't feeling too great right about now. You can still land Dalvin Cook, but Hopkins was a must-have for Mac Jones, and Hopkins sweepstakes are over. So I think that's pretty exciting. He is now a Tennessee Titan. I'm super excited for the season to start, and I'm sure you guys are as well. So if you are, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel for all kinds of NFL tier list videos, week picks when the season's going on, news videos like this. Our player prediction series is ongoing right now, and we're done with that. We're going to be doing individual team predictions as well. And then once that's over, well, I guess not once that's over, I also do Madden videos. Madden 24 comes out in exactly 1 month from now. We're doing no money spent, gameplays, pack openings, new promo content, news, all that kind of stuff. So like I said before at the beginning of this video, it's always football content on the channel one way or another. So if you're interested in that, be sure to subscribe button. But comment down below whether you're a Patriots fan, whether you're a Chiefs fan, whether you're a Titans fan, whatever you're feeling right now, because there's been some mixed opinions down there depending on what team you support, but I'm sure Titans fans are pretty happy. I'm very excited for him, and I'm going to be very excited to see Hopkins in a Titans uniform. I know people have kind of said, like, the Titans can be like receivers kind of come to end their careers, like Randy Moss and Andre Johnson and someone else that I can't remember as well, and, everybody, and Julio Jones, but, everybody's different, and I think those are very different circumstances compared to Hopkins. Hopkins still has some great ball left, so I don't know. Let me know what you think down below. Appreciate you guys watching this far, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.